Credit for these words goes to What If Altist on YouTube, also known as Rudyard Lynch. As a Zoomer who's only lived in the 21st century, it quite frequently feels like there were lots of social compromises made in the 20th century which no one explains to you, which they just assumed you should care about. I think it's since wokeness became so overtly evil that they stopped having the previous 20th century facade of a ruling regime. The social contract used to be, we care about equality and human dignity. We want a society where you can be white, black, or yellow, and you'll be treated by merit. We believe in secularism so that you can have space to practice your own beliefs and religion, not some inhuman atheist religion that's shoved down your throat by all the institutions. It used to be the leftist lies were supposed to be aspirational for the minorities or women, like, quote, you can succeed just like a white person if you want, end quote, rather than, quote, we're going to tear white men down for no one's benefit. Personally, I think the left and modern materialists were always like this. Their guiding emotions are anxiety and envy, which, much like a migraine, are controllable at a low level, but downright dangerous at a high one. Look at the French Revolution, the USSR, or Nazi Germany, to see that modernity was always evil. It's just that life was good and peaceful enough we weren't at each other's throats. That time is over. People are too poor and mentally ill. I have two outtakes here. As the brand switched from positive to negative framing, Zoomers just had no socialization for why these values were good as positive aims in themselves. No one ever explained to me why equality, secularism, or progress were goods in their own right. That means the left never passed their true operating system on a generational basis. Leftist and modernist ideas are now only appealing on the basis of envy or nihilism. The right is starting to do the opposite now. The right is also getting very good at this, where I think we've already gained predominance among the young people of energy, intelligence, and fiber, which means the next stage belongs to us. We already won the culture war. We just need to not screw it up. This means that Gen Z are going to see a purely anti-liberal movement. The age of the Enlightenment is over. The age of the Darwinist, nationalist, religious schizo is growing. The modern world bottled up all this emotional and human energy inside it for centuries. We repressed our own humanity inside this machine, and it will come flooding out soon. The dam of social engineering is breaking. What lies behind it is either heroism on the scale of Catulian or Hercules paired with demons beyond our worst nightmare. It's almost as if they're two sides of the same coin. The age of mythology has begun. As AI become machine gods, genetic engineering will create the most incredible or horrible things. We develop the ability to switch our own perception of space and time with drugs. Society is consumed by demonic zombie plagues, and men have to band together to survive civilizational collapse. The age of the last men has already ended. Either you accepted this, or you lose. Our descendants are already watching from their future history books or our future children's homes, cheering on whichever side wins and writes the narrative of this glorious age. Your unborn descendants need you to survive, and they love you. The second point is this. When I look at video reels of the 20th century, I see in their eyes something that we don't have. Faith in the process and faith in belonging. The real God of the 20th century was conformity. That since socialism is really the state of crushing all individuality under the machine. For our parents' generation, the idea that the system could be in the wrong doesn't process for them, which is why the worst boomers struggle with these points so much intuitively. They can't believe the system betrayed them since the system is their God. Whatever the regime says is true by definition. People believed if they were good boys and girls, then they'd get whatever they wanted. I can't believe how naive they were. The 20th century monoculture was built around submitting to a shared corporate culture which transcended all. It crushed religion, ethnicity, family, class, sex, or other things under the machine. They cheered it on at the time. As above, so below. And for every reaction is an equivalent counter-reaction. That means the next cultural reaction will be the exact opposite. It will stem from our own conscious lived experience and the things that matter to us. I want to build a world where women can be satisfied with being women and live their lives around it. Where Indians ponder the nature of being Indian and think of what it means. Where white Americans compare when their ancestors came from, what region they're from, and what their implications. I want America to return to these United States, or a federation of independent states, not the global soulless empire we are now. Modernity is a glass Overton window, holding an artificial society beneath its greenhouse. The glass shield wall already crashed, and no one's realized. The weather is getting colder, and people are staying at home to avoid the streets of home. They hope the warmth in their homes will protect them from the growing cold. It won't. Above the glass greenhouse are powered artificial lights based off the values we invented, like progress, equality, and socialization. These are human values we invented out of a whim, not grounded in reality or the will of God. The lights are going dark. Beyond them lies the halls of time. These are the primordial chaos that lies between the stability of the major world religions. Ideas wander the halls of time, waiting for history to allow them to manifest in material reality. The world religions provided a connection to God, the foundation of all things, and operated as enormous psychic shield walls, protecting their societies from the chaos of life. Without the shield walls provided by religion, societies collapse into anarchy or get destroyed. which we can see from the historic record. The way to get out of the halls of time is to return to the tree of life, or conscious human experience. The way out of this is to realize what matters to you and build your life around that. Use introspection to help your community get out of the halls of time. The nature of globalization is twofold. Either the great secular Leviathan tries to smother all human culture, or we accept our differences, try to help our people, and learn from others. The other is the only true option for living, since the Leviathan in its roaring death may tear all of us down. However, it won't, because it's already died. Get used to paradox. The future will have lots of it, as the order and stability artificially created in the last age breaks down. Things will get really trippy from here. But frankly, this is what we truly want as a society. We tore down the age of the last men, since men were not made to be zoo animals, but heroes and saints. It's your duty to rise to the occasion. And frankly, I'm certain you have nothing better to do. Love, Rudyard William Lynch.